All right, folks, Vitek here from Wani, and with us today we have one and only Martin Lopez of SOEN. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, man. You must be super stoked. You have a new record coming out because it's been a while since the recording and the mixing, everything was done.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're not. Uh, we're more excited about playing the songs live. This not really a diff. Once it's recorded, it's not much more for us to do, and people, people will either consume it and like it or not. But it's completely out of our control, and I don't seek for any kind of uh, positive or negative response. It's just another record which I really like, and that's it.
That's interesting because you already have Lucidity and Sectarian out, and you have a music video as well. So how have the fans responded? Do you kind of look online and see how they have received?
Yeah, I try not to,
Okay.
because I don't really like other people judging my music, and I have a hard time with reviewers who may give us a 2 out of 10 and then a 10 out of 10 to a band that for me completely sucks. And so it's just a thing of with all through my career I always been trying just to do the music that I like and to kind of rejoice myself at the music that I do, and then if some other people like it, it's great.
Absolutely.
But of course, it's hard to just step aside and don't have a clue about what's going on with your music, because this is still something that I put a lot of work into.
Right.
So yeah, but so far it seems like the album is quite getting positive
Response.
response from our audience. So
That's absolutely, that is good. And you guys are not a traditional progressive metal band like Dream Theater, but you're more focused on solid songwriting, on letting those small vital parts move the music forward. And that's something which is a USP of the band, because these small details are the one which makes songs really wonderful. When you guys sit and write these songs, how important are these minute details, these vital intricacies, while writing songs?
I think that details make a song. I mean, you can have a good like a proper theme melody, but it's nothing but pop if it's just a melody. So you have to, for us, we have to try to keep the song as some kind of journey, musical journey, and to do it interesting, we also have good musicians in the band, which allows us to create and to go deep and to find all these interesting details that will make a song not only a strong melody but a good song at the
Right.
end.
Definitely. With an album which is almost 51 minutes mark, as I was talking about the small parts, I want to give an example of it in the form of the track Opal, where there's a perfect combination of Stefan and Marcus playing their parts, and you have that light touch on top of it. In fact, to be precise, on that track Opal, at around 3 minutes and 50 minutes mark, there's a very smooth part of Martin Lopez playing that simple ride on top of it, which raises the intensity. And that's something which is minor, but actually shows what sort of importance you give to these minute parts. When you were recording your drums, I mean, how important is it for you to not go berserk, but at the same time go gentle and let the song speak for itself?
No, I always been leaning towards simplicity, but simplicity in a way that you don't have don't have to play complicated stuff to make good music. I mean, it's just about having the right hitting the right note or the right cymbal or drum at that certain time that can make a quite dull part and turn it into something else. Even if I really spend a lot of time writing drums, I've always done. And the more I play, and then the more albums I've recorded, the more I find that the real hard stuff is to try to play simple, just to approach to the more, let's say, origins of percussion, just the beat, the hard beat, and to somehow decorate those with just small touches. That's the way for me to make drum rhythms interesting and by music interesting. If you're doing all this shit and hitting everything you have, there's not really anything coming out of it. For me, it just turns into some kind of hurricane of sound, which doesn't really, at least for me, it doesn't really give me anything that I can hold on, and just feel some kind of emotions. The only thing it does is just it shocks me and gives me, oh, this is hard to play, and that doesn't really it doesn't inspire me anymore to play complicated. It just it's just like being an athlete. It's something that you can program your brain to do. Something that is more attached to training than it is attached to talent or to taste. So yeah.
You and Marcus have played, on this record, and Marcus actually is on board for the first time. I mean, I like his stuff he does with Avatarium. So how did he come on board for this record?
Well, Kim did leave the band after Tellurian, and we didn't have a guitar player, and we were kind of looking around. We tried out some guitar players, and then the guys from Moonspell. They were in Sweden recording an album, and we're friends with them, as well as the guys from Avatarium are friends with them. So we all went there for dinner and met, and we just started talking to Marcus, talking to each other, about everything, music, politics, everything, and somehow found out that we are
common interest.
Yeah, so Joel and I just thought that this guy is. If he can play, this is the this is the guy we should have. So I started checking out his music and really felt that where the fuck has this guy been? And never. So we met and we presented the idea for him, and he joined us, and it's lucky us.
Interesting, man. That's really good to hear. And every song on this album has a story. Like every guitar part, every bass, every drum, every vocal line. Let me say, all the instruments. Yes, all the instruments.
It has to be like that.
Exactly.
It has to be like that. It's you cannot put stuff there if it's not supposed to be there. I mean, it's everything that you do, every hit on the drums, every guitar solo. It needs to come. It needs to come from the heart and be a part of that, shaping an emotion that the song is gonna give you. And Marcus is really into that. Both Marcus and our new guy Lars also. They really understand that and fit really well.
Absolutely. And Joel, on top of it, adds his own emotions and captures the perfect essence of SOEN. So, every time I listen to him, it's mind blowing how, even though it's simple the way he sings, but it catches the attention pretty much and basically hits the right notes because it's an emotional track, all of them.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic singer. It's what it does. It's so transparent. It's so it just goes straight to the soul. I mean, he has this way of singing, and he's a very emotional kind of singer, and that's that's half of who we are. It's his voice.
Absolutely, man. And I am probably one of thousands, and out of thousands and thousands, I'm probably one of them who love your work with Opeth, who love your work with Amon Amarth, what you did. I mean, your work on every album is as powerful as it can get. And to this time, let me be honest with you, I still miss the Martin Lopez touch on the tracks. So, if you look back at the great time you had with the guys in Opeth, what would be probably some of the best memories you have working with them?
I think that the whole experience was fantastic. Mainly the beginning, just just being a kid that moved from Uruguay to Sweden, didn't know the language or not English or Swedish or anything, and just to prove to myself that I'm supposed to be here doing this. This is it's the only thing that I ever wanted, to play drums, and so somehow Opeth and both Amon Amarth and Opeth gave me that recognition to myself and the confidence that I'm not, that I'm not crazy, that to move from Uruguay and leave my family, my friends, and everything, and to move to Sweden and to do this was a good choice and was what I was supposed to do.
Absolutely, man. Because some of the best things about you and Michael combination was how some of your drum, the drum beats have actually turned into riffs. Let's take an example of the Deliverance ending part, which, as per the DVD, when I saw it, totally came out of your. I think you were just trying to play something of the drums, and Michael caught the attention of it. So that's some of the beauty which Martin Lopez eventually did with Opeth instead of just Michael writing everything.
I think that we had a good chemistry in the band, and everyone, is a huge part of the success we had with Opeth. Playing the music that we play, which is not radio friendly, and no, exactly. So no, it's quite very positive memories for me, and yeah.
Cool, man. And you added the brutality on Deliverance and add that light touch on Damnation. You had this sort of thing going on for every record, be it the Blackwater Park or all of them, in fact. So for you in general, what did you like the most? The heaviest brutality stuff or the lighthearted stuff of you going, soft and smooth and adding your own touch?
I honestly like both because the brutal parts were a little bit of who I was at the moment, and as almost a teenager, all this anger that needed to come out, and
Right.
but the softer parts were more when I felt that my musicianship came through, and so the combination of both was the best of playing in Opeth.
That's good to hear, man. I in fact had the same discussion with Thomas Hake of Meshuggah, and he said, everyone talks about Meshuggah being perfect, but when I'm playing, it's all about the human emotion that comes inside me when I'm on stage.
Well, I think that most of the
Drummers.
yeah, at least no, because I think that most of the bands today are using click tracks and backtracks. But it comes to me anyway. When it comes to the bands that I like, the musicians that I admire, they all do this, and it comes through, and I love them because I can hear that they love what they are doing. I mean, they're not working; they're playing from the heart. They're enjoying themselves, and I can hear that. And I think everybody, and I think anyone who's really interested in music and intelligent enough to to understand music will feel the difference.
Absolutely, man. So if you had to sum up the record, in a sentence, what would you say?
I think it's quite raw, organic, and straight from the heart.
Straight from the heart. Perfect, man. That's really good to hear. So before I conclude, I mean, Amon Amarth also had a drummer change. So do you believe in never say never, or you just stick to one thing?
I stick. I think that I never say never because life is life.
True. So if there comes an opportunity to be full time with Amon Amarth in the future, maybe full time in Opeth in the future, would you be up for it?
No, not full time. My only band right now it's SOEN. That's the only full time that I can handle. It's other both Opeth and Amon Amarth. It's other people's bands.
Right.
People that I really like and people that I respect. But it's other people's bands.
True. True.
SOEN is my band. It's my band and Joel's band, and it's Stefan and Marcus and Lars' band. But it's my band, our band, and I feel like a part of it. And in a way that I never felt a part of other bands, which is completely understandable, and it's something that I knew from the beginning.
Right.
So finally, I'm doing my thing, and this is exactly what I want to be. I'm as I feel better than ever doing this and having SOEN. So, so of course, playing one old track for fun is something that I could even enjoy, but no full time.
No.
I'm not into full time. Not even with SOEN. I don't want to have schedules and tours and you have to do this
I get that.
this year and next year I don't want to have that. I hate that. I've done that and I hate it. I just want to play music whenever I want,
Whenever you feel.
how I want, and the only way to do that is just with my band because we're all at the same level.
Definitely. That's good to
Mental.
hear, man. I hope you get to come to India someday with your band. That would be wonderful. You have an extremely strong following here. I think you should be aware of that. That every drummer in India knows Martin Lopez and definitely wants to see him live.
I would really like to get there and play. We had an offer before to play there, and I don't know what happened with the visas or something, and we couldn't. But hopefully, we get to play in that magical country someday.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot for sparing some time. I'll catch you on the road someday.
Thanks to you.